Hi everyone, welcome to Eden's Secret and Soap Making from Scratch, episode 6. Today we're going to be working on a lie calculator called Soap Calc. Link in the description box below the video, and if you missed any episodes of Soap Making from Scratch, just click the playlist link in the description box below the video. Okay. Overview of making soap. Making cold process CP soap. Oils such as olive oil are placed into a stainless steel or enamel stockpot. A mixture of lye and water is added to the oils. The mixture is stirred until it thickens a bit. The mixture is poured into a mould. The mixture hardens overnight. It is then unmoulded and cut into bars. Plenty of beginner information is available from the links on the right. Also, many good soap making books are available. There is a large community of home soap makers available online to help new soap makers get started. So over on the right you'll see here, these are the links that you can click on to go and find out more information about making cold process soap. And here, this is about hot process soap. I always say hot process, don't I? Anyway, hot process soap, which we're not going to be dealing with right at this moment. So we're just going to ignore that part and go back to the cold process soap calc. Okay, so this is our soap calculator. We're going to start with number 1, type of lye. There are 2 different types of lye, NaOH, which is called sodium hydroxide, and KOH, known as potassium hydroxide. Potassium hydroxide is used for liquid soap, so we won't be using that. We're using NaOH, which is for solid soap. The next section is your weight of oil, so you can choose whichever one you want, pounds, ounces or grams. You can see Soap Calc automatically adds a figure there, so we're just going to delete that. And then with the regular soap that I usually do on my channel, the recipe that I always give you, the batch size, the oil weight is 1899 grams. So that's why I put that figure in there. I always thought it was not 1900, but it's not. It's 1899. So obviously just type that in. That is your full weight of oils. Okay, section 3. There are 3 different ways you can work out how much water to actually put in your soap. Water as a percentage of oils, lye concentration, or your water to lye ratio. We're not going to be dealing with these 2, but we're going to be doing water as a percentage of oils. Now, Soap Calc automatically have 38 just in that box, which is a very, very high percentage of oils. And the percentage of oils is the percentage of water as opposed to your oil, so that's where the figure comes from. So I will use a very high water discount, but we're going to use a little bit lower water discount at 25%. So we're going to be doing a 25% water as a percentage of oil. So 25% of 1899 grams. And remember, Soap Calc will work it all out for you. We're just putting the figures in. Now this area, number 4 here, is about your superfat and your fragrance. And again, it's just set to come up at 5% on Soap Calc. So we're going to change that so you can do 0% or 10%, it's up to you. and it'll just work it out for you. We're doing 5%. Underneath is where your amount of fragrance in grams that you're going to put in per kilo. So this suggests 31 grams of fragrance per kilo. We're not using any fragrance at all at the moment, not until we get used to making our soap. So we're putting 0 in there. In this section here, it shows our hardness, cleansing, conditioning, how bubbly the soap is, how creamy it is, and then there's your iodine and your INS as well, and that all depends on which oils and butters you actually put into your soap. This here is a list of all your oils and butters that you might want to put into your soap recipe, and you can scroll through them. Now I like to start with my highest first, so whatever the biggest quantity of something is, I put that at the top. So if you click sunflower oil or any oil, click the add button, it adds it to the box. You can minus it to take it away if you've made a mistake, or you can double click it and it'll just automatically add whichever oil to your recipe. We're working in grams, so my sunflower is 500 grams. We're then going to look for coconut oil, double click it and add it, and then write how many grams we're using, 425 grams. Next up is palm oil, so we're just searching for that. I've passed it. There we are, double click, 425 grams of palm oil. Next one is olive oil, double click that, 350 grams. Cocoa butter's next, so we're just searching for the cocoa butter and we're adding that, 75 grams of cocoa butter, looking for shea butter, double click it, 75 grams of shea butter we'll be adding. Now, last on the list is castor oil. So remember, this is just our regular soap. We're not going to be making this soap first. I'm just showing you how to use a calculator by doing that. So 49 grams of castor oil. Click calculate recipe and then that'll show you exactly 100%. If it's under, you're going to need to add a little bit. If it's over, you're going to need to take it away. But this is spot on, so just click print, view or print recipe. So we have our recipe here now right in front of us, and it tells us the total oil weight there is 1,899 grams. 25% water as a percentage of oils, superfat is 5%, and then you've got the lye concentration and the water to lye ratio underneath, again, which we're not dealing with. So this is what our recipe looks like. We've got the water measurement, the lye measurement, the oils measurement, fragrance measurement if you do it, and your soap weight before CP cure. It says HP cook, but we're not doing that. Okay, so our water measurement is 474 grams. Now you just knock that 75 off or round it up to the next measurement, 475. Not going to make any difference. Our lye is 265.25. I would just knock the 25 off. The oil measurement is 1899. No fragrance. And that is what your total weight of oils, lye and water is going to be before it cures. So here is our recipe, and then this is where it tells you the qualities of your bar of soap, so how it's going to perform. This is the range you want to be in with your numbers, and I've found out I've done a lot of recipes and they're all sort of similar. The hardness is 39, the cleansing is 15, so you can see that's well within range. The conditioning is 57, right in the middle there. Bubbly is 18. That's on the lower side because it's a more moisturising bar. And then we've got the creaminess at 26. Iodine and INS we'll discuss later, as well as all of these in this list in the blue here. This is just where Soap Calc is a little more, not complicated, just gives you a bit more technical information. So once you've printed your recipe out, this is where you'll write any additives. So you would write your soap colours, with perhaps which fragrance you used. Did you put any clays or anything like that in it? Milks, did you use milk? Just anything, you know. A lot of people put tomatoes and carrots and things like that in their recipe, so you would write that in there as well. And then your notes, I would say your notes are sort of how it performed when you were making it. Did it take a long time to come to trace? When you unmolded it, did it have any fragrance spots, or did it look like dust, or did it look oily to the touch, or just anything? So you can just print off the recipe, and this is what the recipe looks like when it's printed. It's just white like that, it's not coloured. This is what it looks like. So I'm just clicking back now to the recipe. Okay everyone, so that's how we use the lie calculator. The very next time we use the lie calculator will be what you can see on the screen now. We're going to be doing our very first soap making from scratch recipe, and that recipe is going to be the most simple. Literally all you need is olive oil and some sodium hydroxide and some water. So if you haven't got anything else, you're going to be able to make soap on our first practical episode, shall we say. So pop out to your supermarket and buy some olive oil, and go to a hardware store to buy some sodium hydroxide or caustic soda or lye. Remember, we'll just be calling it lye from now on. And you're literally set to make some soap, and it is beautiful soap. So I look forward to seeing it in our next episode, which will probably be 2 weeks from tonight. But don't forget, we'll be back next week with our regular videos here at Eden Secret, whether it's wax melt, soaps, bath bombs, or a pack and crack, I'm not sure yet, but I'll see you all then. Thanks for watching everyone. Bye bye for now.